One of the hardest things about being human is knowing when to ask for help and having the courage to do so. If this happens in your personal life, if you need help, you reach out to friends, to family, or sometimes you reach out to a counselor. I have in the past. Here at Wesleyan, you also have advisors and your class dean. And we're all here to help you make it through your college life and come out happy, hopefully, and healthy. If it comes to something that's not in your personal life, if it's something to do with your academics, the first person to talk to, the first person to look to for help is your instructor. If you have questions, please ask them. There's no shame in admitting that you don't know something or don't understand something. That admission is usually the first step to learning. Now, if it's a brief question, I can answer easily, maybe in the middle of class or at the end of class. But sometimes these questions need more time. Or maybe there's a whole series of questions, or there's a whole section that maybe you didn't quite understand and you want to talk it out with me. So that is what office hours are for. During my office hours, I am guaranteed to be in my office and available for questions. I might be typing on something just to kill the time, but as soon as you come in, my focus is on you. You can just knock on the door, which will be open anyways during office hours, and then come in and talk to me. The questions could be about things in the textbook or from the lecture or about stuff you've seen on Flipit. It could be questions about the homework or even something about physics that you saw somewhere randomly. That has nothing to do with the course, but you just thought it was cool and wanted to share it with me or talk it out. That's fine. I'm happy to help. So office hours are there for me to help you. Take advantage of them. But you also have a few more options if you are seeking help. If it's related to the homework, we have 2 help sessions per week that are run by undergraduate course assistants. These are on Monday nights and Thursday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. in Exley 201. You might notice that the timing is just before the submission deadlines for the homework. So if you need some last minute help, you can go there. You can get help from the course assistants directly, or maybe when you go there, you will find other students working on the same problem, and you can partner up and work in groups of 2 on the problem. Finally, there's the option of peer tutoring. Peer tutoring is sponsored by the dean's office, so you do not pay anything extra. If you feel like you need just a little extra help regularly, you can come to me and say, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit in this class. I'm going to keep coming to office hours and all that, but I think I could also do with a peer tutor. What I would do is I will assign you a tutor. In these last 2 years, we've been blessed with many strong students, and they're happy to help you because they're getting paid, not by you, by the dean's office. So these are undergraduates who previously took the course, just like you. You meet your peer tutor for 2 hours a week, perhaps with one other student. So it's a small group of 2 students and 1 teacher. Oh, tutor. This is a very nice student-to-teacher ratio. So to reiterate, you have 3 options for getting help. You can come to office hours, uh, always happy to help. Even if you come to office hours and see me like typing in something on the computer, I'm just like writing an email or something waiting for you to come. So come to office hours for help. For office hours, I don't mind even if you come in without a specific question or you're worried about getting started. That's fine. You can come in, work by yourself, and then just, flag me when you're stuck. Your second option is going to the Monday night or Thursday night help sessions. The room will actually be reserved from 6:30 onwards. We encourage you to get there early and start working on the problems by yourself or with a friend. Make sure that by the time the CA comes, that you've attempted the problem, right? That you've made a good effort at it, that you've tried some strategies, so that you can take your work to the course assistant and say, okay, this is what I've tried so far, but I'm getting stuck in this section. Do you have any tips? Don't go with the blank sheet of paper to the course assistant, okay? Because eventually, as you get to harder and harder courses, you're going to need to do more and more by yourself. And if you just end up completely dependent on the course assistant in the beginning, you're not going to build the mental grit to get further. So make sure to attempt the problem by yourself first or collaborating with a friend. And then if you seriously get stuck,
then go to the course assistant for help. All right. Always start off your conversation with the course assistant by saying, okay, this is what I've tried so far. I thought, okay, the problem has this concept and this concept. So I was thinking of using this tool or this approach or this principle, something like that. Okay. To show that you really engaged with the problem and you've been actively thinking about the problem and that you're not just depending on them to feed you an answer. Okay. In fact, we'll generally tell them not to just feed you an answer, to give you hints or ask you questions. Yeah. The third option to get help, if you feel like you're really struggling in the course or you want another perspective on how to approach, is to get a peer tutor. The peer tutoring service is free. It's paid for by the dean's office, and it consists of students who have gone through the course before and having been through it recently are well aware of the stumbling blocks and the tricky concepts, and they remember how they learned them, and so they can pass that on to you. You typically would meet with your peer tutor once a week for a couple of hours in a group of 2 or 3 students with one peer tutor, which is a great ratio. Um, so feel free to approach me to ask for a peer tutor. I'll coordinate with the dean's office and get one assigned to you. So remember, you have lots of options for help and support. Just reach out if you need help. We're here to help you succeed.